Hey, when you're a 55th pick in the second round of the NBA draft, it's something that screams history. When you get to play with Bron, it screams history. Your dad is LeBron James. I mean, what more can you get? He's a legend in the game. He's 39 years old, soon to be 40 years old. One of the most impactful players to play the game of basketball. He's not no MJ. He's not no Kobe Bryant, but he's LeBron James. 22 years in the business and still playing like as if he's still in his prime. Great shape, great player, has a great IQ, understands his teammates, and he wants the best for his teammates, just like he wants the best for his son. Now, his son only played 3 minutes last night. And this is, good to see a father and son duo be on the floor at the same time. And as you see, they got the highlights right about now with, Bronny and LeBron being on the floor at the same time. It was just, a masterpiece to watch at first hand. Hell, I was watching the game last night and I was like glued to the TV screen, and not only glued to it, but actually, in awe of seeing two, phenomenal, great people play in the game together as father-son. Now, the last father-son duo that I can remember was Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr., the kid, when they were both playing in Seattle, playing for the Mariners. That's what I remember. That was a great father-son duo in the MLB. But now you have another great father-son duo in the NBA for the first time in NBA history, in league history, that is. I know a lot of eyes are on Bronny and the hype is real for him to be a 55th second pick in the, NBA draft. Rather, if I excuse myself on that, a second round draft pick in the NBA. He needs to ignore the noise. Ignore the noise and, stay calm, stay in the moment, listen to your dad. He has a great experience of being in the NBA. And it's not just a league, it's a fraternity, and when you join this fraternity and you see great players and great people along the way, you're going to get a lot of advice from your dad and guys who've been in the game and understand what it takes to win championships, understand what it takes to play in postseason play, understand what it takes to be in play-in, play when you have the play-in tournament, understand what it takes to go through, an 82-game season, and to the haters that want to see, Bronny hit that rookie wall, you're negative. You're negative and ignorant if you think this kid should hit the rookie wall. That's not happening anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? With JJ Redick at the helm, coaching and being a good coach as he is, and being a true student of the game, and he learned his stuff from Stan Van Gundy too. So let's get that out the way. But with him coaching and, being a part of the Lakers organization, it's going to definitely help Bronny become the player that he wants to be down the line. And I say, like Rasheed Wallace would say, give the kid 4 years. Give the kid 4 years. Let him work out. Let him mature. Let him understand the game. Let him be poised and understand his position. The kid is a 3-and-D. And I agree with Gilbert Arenas. A kid like that is a 3-and-D. He's 6'2". He's not 6'8", not 6'9". He doesn't have the same complete body frame like LeBron James, but it doesn't stop him from being a great passer, a great scorer, and a great defender. It doesn't stop him from that. You know what I'm saying? And he's played great defense against Julius Randle in that game, who just got traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, need I mind you. So you just don't have to sit here and put so much expectations on a guy who's a 55th pick in the NBA draft of the second round. You don't put too much expectations on him. He's just a kid. I mean, for crying out loud, the kid had heart problems, so take it easy on him. And he just came out of USC, need I mind you. And big shout out to Sierra Canton. Big shout out to Cali. Big shout out to all the Lakers Nation's fans out there. Big shout out to all of you. You guys have great expectations too of getting another championship. And we all know the Bus family, they love championships. That's what they like. They like rings. They like rings on their fingers. Even though I don't have rings on my fingers, but you know what I'm saying. You get the detail. So, with that being said, as long as he understands detail, understands where he's at, and get acclimated with the playbook, and understand what JJ Redick wants from him, he'll be just fine. That's all he needs to do. Just stay stagnant, stay poised, and you'll just be all right. And listen to detail. Other than that, last night I seen the Knicks and the Celtics debut game of, Karl Anthony Towns being a part of the New York Knicks. Shout out to my Knicks buddies out there and Knick Nation. Shout out to New York too. You guys lost. It was a horrible loss. And I know you Knicks fans are gonna sit there and say, well, Chicken Nugget King, how do you feel about, Karl Anthony Towns, performance? How do you feel about the game as an overall for the Knicks? Well, with me being a Pistons fan and whatnot, being an Eastern Conference, fan of our conference, I don't expect much out of Karl Anthony Towns. All I want him to do is be Karl Anthony Towns. Don't be nobody else but be Karl Anthony Towns. And you're playing alongside Jalen Brunson. And you got Thibs as your coach. So just be patient on yourself. Be patient on yourself. And we know that you can score 20, 30 points a game, get a couple rebounds. We know and understand that. And you got the dynamic skill to stretch out the floor and shoot as a stretch five from the three. We know that. We are very, very highly knowledgeable about that. And when you look at Karl Anthony Towns, a guy like him, he can really play off the pick and pop. He can really do that. His game is all about pick and roll. You give him that pick and roll, he'll stretch the floor. Stretch the floor, get 15-foot, shots, mid-range game, maybe even a perimeter game at the three, like I said. So, as long as they get time to build chemistry and look better down the line, they could definitely go and meet the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Boston Celtics made history last night by having banner 18 raised up to the rafters. And they made history by, making 29 three-pointers in a game. In an opening season game at that, while raising the banner at, TD Garden. Paul Pierce was in attendance. Ray Allen was in attendance. KG, Big Ticket, he was in attendance. And like I said, this is a great way to start the NBA season. Now for my team, we got to worry about the Indiana Pacers. You got to worry about Pascal Siakam. You got to worry about Tyrese Halliburton, who's definitely a crazy scorer. Then you got to have to worry about the fact that you got Benedict Mathurin coming up and rising and emerging as a great star. He had his off game last year. He had his off game, but I think he could get back on track. Do I believe in Jaden Ivey? Do I believe in Cade Cunningham? Do I believe in Jalen Duren? Do I believe in Ron Holland? Do I believe in the rest of these guys? Yes, I do. But when you play against the Indiana Pacers, it's going to be a long night. Especially if you let, Tyrese Halliburton go off for 35 or maybe 40. Because if he go off for 35 or 40, the game's over. Game's over. So we have a lot, to be worried about, down the road for the Detroit Pistons. JB Bickerstaff is making his head coaching debut for the Detroit Pistons tonight. And I expect us to go all out and ball. And LCA, please turn up, get loud, and be excited for this moment. I don't want you to get loud and turn up and be excited for this moment like early in the game, because they want you to be, calm down and clap and be, happy, for player introductions. But with that being said, be happy that the NBA is back. It's great to be back. I love the NBA. I'm a huge basketball fan. And I'm going to take this time to say rest in peace to Fernando Valenzuela. Great, player for the, Los Angeles Dodgers. Friday, the Dodgers are having their Game 1 World Series. Dodgers, Yankees. It's Aaron Judge versus, O'Shea Otani. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun NBA season and a great World Series going down. Hey, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, and give me your comments and thoughts on the World Series and the NBA season. And let me know what team you represent in the NBA. And holla back at your boy and subscribe and hit that subscribe button while you can. Chicken Nugget King 313 out. Take care.